I was. I was 32 years old, and I was in Dallas. Now, what was I doing in Dallas? Because I'm a Chicago girl. I was there for my job. It had just been assigned to me to be part of my sales territory. I was a person who sold cable television advertising for a variety of different television networks. And what I did was I'm the person that always went to say, you know, your commercial should be between these programs and it should be with us. And I had to find out what the company's needs were and then see if I could make a match. And that's what I was doing in Dallas, trying to sell some television advertising. Well, the morning that this story took place, I woke up and I felt good. I mean, I felt energetic, I felt confident, I knew that today I was gonna make some sales. All right, got ready for the day to begin, opened up the closet, and there was my beige, very, very thick polyester skirt, polyester jacket, kind of a sweaty polyester blouse to wear under it. And I said, fuck no. I'm gonna go for it today. I'm gonna get some fashion gusto. And I grabbed over to the side of the room and picked up what I had bought the night before when I went shopping, because the hotel that I was at was connected to a mall. So I had kind of strolled through this Dallas mall the night before, and in a window of a department store, I saw a black rayon one-piece jumpsuit. It had the elastic around the waist. It came up, it cinched in a little bit here. It came all the way up, and it had long sleeves. It was accented with a red belt. I put it on, and I'm telling you, I looked sassy. And I was going to go with that sassy. So I bought a jacket to wear over it, and that morning, instead of that beige polyester, I put on my pantsuit. And I walked around my hotel room. I kind of walked, you know, did the red carpet thing a little bit. And then I realized I had 2 hours before my first meeting. What was I going to do? My first meeting was with a company called the Hair Club for Men. Now, this company was the master blaster. If you needed hair restoration or replacement and you were a guy, then this is where you wanted to shop. They had really deep pockets. They had really strong TV advertising budget, and I wanted Hair Club for Men on my networks. So I decided I would kind of look at my map, drive out towards Hair Clubs for Men's corporate, you know, building, and on the way, maybe I'd see a restaurant, I'd catch a little breakfast. I'm in the car, I'm driving, I'm feeling sassy, and the first thing I see is a big sign, Denny's Grand Slam Breakfast. You guys all know Denny's. Is there anything better? Yes, there is, because there was a billboard right in back of it, and it said, Yacco's Tacos. Texicana, Mexicana, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Get in here. Andale, andale. I said, that's me. Andale, andale. And the next thing I knew, I flew off that exit. I pulled into Yacco's Tacos. I sat down in a red plastic-seated booth, listened to Guantanamera come out of the beautiful, beautiful old jukebox, and I ordered the platter of huevos rancheros. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no way I can even describe the beauty of this giant platter. You had your eggs, and they were scrambled with the tomatoes, and they went with the chilies, and then on top of that you had beans, and then there was a whole bunch of rice, and then on top of that there was cheese, and then smothered was hot salsa. But if that wasn't enough, there was hot sauce to go on the hot salsa. On the side, just to make sure it all went down well, was another plate of rice and another plate of beans, and of course the tortillas. I washed it all down with a Diet Coke. You know, you gotta work it sometimes. I didn't want to gain weight from it, so the Diet Coke, the calories kind of even it out. And I just couldn't have been happier. And about, you know, the time that it took to eat it, went to the bathroom, peed, I was ready. My belly was full, and I was ready to meet the Hair Club for Men. Got into the car, everything was fine, drive out to the hair club for men, but it's kind of weird because it wasn't in a big corporate business complex. It wasn't one of those 20-story buildings with the glass all around it. It was in a residential neighborhood. It was a little blue house. I parked the car, I took my briefcase, I walk up to the front door, it says, Hair Club for Men. Well, I guess they lost the L somewhere, but it's a Hair Club for Men. I ring the bell and I hear, hey y'all, come on in, make yourself a home. I said, okay, I will. I walk in, first thing I see, to the left is a living room, a normal living room. 2 couches, gray and yellow, they're both plaid, little Afghan on each one, and an empty bird cage. It was kind of odd. It was empty because it had kind of crushed up paper at the bottom. I didn't want to go there. But the best part of this living room was that there were 18 wooden folding chairs scattered all over the room, and each of them had on the seat a white styrofoam head of a man. And on each head of each man had a toupee. Some were curly, some were straight, some were black, some were brown. They were big, they were long, they were short, but the very best part of it is that each face had written on it right across the nose and the mouth. The one over here with the short brown hair, the monarch. The one over here with the long black hair, Mr. Presidente. I mean, you get it. There's nobody in there, so I'm walking around the room introducing myself to various styrofoam heads. Hi, I'm Terri, how are you? And all of a sudden, a door opens and 3 people walk in. Nice people, you can tell, 35, 38, somewhere in there. 3 of them had jeans on, 2 guys and a girl, and they say Hawaii, and I say Hawaii, and we all do Hawaii, Hawaii, Hawaii. And I say, let's talk about what you need for television advertising. So we all sit down, they're on their couch, I'm on mine, and just as we sit down, I feel a rumble in the jungle. That's all I can basically say to you. Something in my body wanted to get out, and it wanted to get out right now. So I turn to them and I say, you know, you weren't here before, I wasn't able to ask, could you just tell me, where's the ladies' room? And the woman points and says, right there. And it's interesting because as close as that exit is, that's how close the bathroom was. And I said, oh, okay, thank you. Will you excuse me just one moment? I'll be right back. I'll make a snappy. And they said, sure. And I said, snappy, snappy. And I go into the bathroom, and I am out of my mind. I have to go to the bathroom before my entire body explodes. I pull off the jacket of the jumpsuit, and I go to unzip it, but it won't unzip. It simply won't go, and I go back this way, and it still won't. I get it down a little bit. I finally cannot stand it because, ladies and gentlemen, I was gonna blow. I mean, there was no middle ground here. I finally did what any person would do. I ripped the back of the jumpsuit open, and I fell upon the toilet where my body emitted bombastic blasts that you could only talk about from a volcanic source. This was accompanied by an ocean of waves that was bouncing into the water and bouncing back on me and bouncing and everything, and I didn't know what I was going to do. My entire body was exploding. I was a body of anal amplification. Oh my God, the hair club is sitting right there, right by where the exit sign is. I'm going crazy. I needed to create a diversion to stop them listening to everything that was going on with me. What could I do? And all of a sudden I realized right in front of me, a bathtub. It was only like maybe a foot away. So I took off my shoe and I got over to the bathtub with my foot, and I flipped it, and I flipped the faucet, and all of a sudden water started just pouring out. It was fabulous. Unfortunately, within 2 seconds, you heard this clank, 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 clank. The pipes were clanking in the bathtub while the water was pouring out. Jesus, when was the last time they used this bathtub? What was I gonna do? I just couldn't let this clank, 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 clank continue on. So I grabbed my foot again and I pushed it over to turn off the faucet, but it didn't turn off. It just went to a different flavor, shall we call it? Let's call it hot. All of a sudden, the water is still pouring out. I can't get my foot to turn the faucet, and there's steam filling the room. Steam and steam and steam. I'm sweating, and I haven't gotten off the toilet, by the way. Everything is still happening. We're not sure where it's coming from, but it's coming from somewhere inside of me. I finally realized that maybe my butt is a little better. Could I just get over there so I could turn off the hot water? And I kind of stand up and I touch the faucet, and I don't know what happened. My little finger must have touched something, because all of a sudden cold water started pouring on my head from the shower above. Now I am crazed. I'm crazed. I got water all over me. I run back to the toilet. I'm on the toilet. I get the water off. Oh my God. By the way, what I'm not mentioning, but it deserves to be mentioned because of the elephant in the room, was the bouquet that was going on in the bathroom. I wasn't sure what I was going to do about this bouquet, because when I opened the door I had a feeling that everyone would be just face down on the floor choking. So I had nothing with me. There was no Febreze there. So I opened up the medicine cabinet, and the only thing in the medicine cabinet was a tube of toothpaste. So I took some toilet paper and wrapped it around my hand, and then I just took schmutzes of the toothpaste all over, just so I could wave it in the air, see if maybe it would work. Unfortunately, again, a big glob of the toothpaste fell on my leg. So the only thing that they really smelled when I walked out into the room, when I did, was just kind of my minty fresh thigh. The rest of me was not minty fresh. It's over. I wash my hands, take the jumpsuit, kind of slub it on, take the jacket, and open the door and say, hey. They are staring at me, and they said, Jesus Christ, Terri, are you okay? And I said, I don't know. I want to say to you, why? What are you talking about? But I gotta be honest, I'm not okay. I'm so embarrassed. Let me tell you what happened this morning. I got up early. I was too early to come here, so I drove around and I went to a place for breakfast. And while I was there, I had something, the name of it was Yakko's Tacos, and the three of them go, no! Not Yakko's Tacos! And I said, yeah! And they said, the bomb machine! And I said, yeah! And they said, we've been where you are, we sat where you sat, we know it! And I was like, I'm so glad! And I said, now that this is all out in the open, you sit down and talk about what the Hair Club for Men needs? And they said, we sure do, girl. Let's have a glass of water and talk about television. And from that moment, and for years and years and years past, we talked about television. And we were clients, and we were customers, and we worked together for years and years and years. And no matter when it was, whenever we got together, somebody would raise a glass and say, let's have a toast. Let's have a toast to fun, to friendship, to good business, and to going to Yakko's Tacos whenever you want to make some noise. Thank you.